What is up, you guys? Welcome to a rebroadcast of Midlife Vibes on Tuesday night. And tonight's topic is a little bit different than normal and usual. Just want to start off by saying hello to everybody in the chat. Hi, Juan, being firsties out there.
Hi,
Andrea.
Hi, Andrea.
Michael.
Hi, DDG. Hi,
Jeff Pike. DDG is in the house. What it do? What is going on, you guys? So we just want to talk a little bit about, what's going on. And my phone always does this. I have it ready to go so I can see your chats.
Yeah, so
and then it disappears.
We just thought it would be a good idea to come on and talk about what's going on in the world,
Yeah.
Disneyland's closed. Everybody knows that. And, there's just a lot going on. And with everything that's going on, it seems to be everything's transpiring day by day. You think you figured something out one day, and then the next day everything changes. So we just wanted to talk about it.
Yeah, and we also brought on some special guests to hang out with us today so we can get their vibe and their feel about how these things are affecting them. And some are local, some are not, but you guys check it out. We got Kidult TV here with us today, and we got Time Out with Michael and Tony. We got the, should I say the better half, Michael? I don't know. Tony might not like that, but, hey.
I want to have Tony on.
I know. We want to have Tony on, too. So how you guys doing?
Pretty good. I'm the better half of Kidult TV. Don't worry about that. D don't need to do that.
yeah. I think D would probably beg to differ, but, she's the one who spends more money anyway, right?
I hope she's watching right now.
Kidult's up there on the spending.
Kidult likes to spend.
I don't know. I like spending too.
Popcorn bucket.
Yeah, well, thank you guys for jumping on here last minute, and just because we were going to talk about this topic, but I thought it'd be more interesting to have some other viewpoints than just our own viewpoint with how things are going.
And I apologize for looking down at the phone. I was trying to buy my mom a Brita water pitcher. She cannot find. She's in a really small town, and there's no water. And their water apparently is not great to drink out of the faucet. So she was going to start boiling the water. So I just wanted to, and all the Brita pitchers are selling out. So I just wanted to get her, a Brita pitcher so she can, have some decent water, boil it, put it in the pitcher. But they're selling out everywhere.
Yeah.
So I got one for her. It's going to get delivered.
Nice. And it wasn't $321?
No.
Jeez.
No.
A water pitcher was $321.
I think I got one $25.99. It's just like one of their less expensive ones, which, as long as it works, the filter's the same. I just want her to be able to have clean water. People are buying. I'm just jumping right in.
Yeah.
As we know, there's a lot of panic buying going out there, and people are just buying everything off the shelves. But, they're not considering the elderly. They're not considering the disabled. They're not considering people that might have challenges. Go ahead, Michael.
So I was just going to say, I work for Budweiser and Pepsi in my town of Evanston, Wyoming, which for those of you watching is close to Park City and Salt Lake City, Utah. We are having most of the Utah people come up. We just dropped 10 pallets of water, and each pallet has 60 cases of 24-pack waters on them. We just dropped 600 cases of water today, and it's gone.
Wow.
And we're dropping another 10 pallets tomorrow, and hopefully another 10 pallets again. And it's just, it just keeps coming. So, Becky's exactly right. It's, wow.
Yeah.
Exaggeration.
It's just crazy.
We're panicking for no reason.
I don't even think people realize how much they're actually buying. I mean, maybe some people do, but I think some people, I read a story or something like someone had bought like 4 years worth of toilet paper. They didn't even realize they did it until they were all done. They were like, oh, this was kind of excessive. Like, because like sometimes people don't realize, like, you don't go through a roll or 3 rolls a day, usually, unless you got, a ton of kids or something. But, like in this house, we have 2 restrooms, and we don't go through a roll per restroom per day. So it's not like, a pack of toilet paper is going to be gone in 2 days.
Well, and like my mom, she has really bad asthma like myself, and she has high blood pressure. So she shouldn't be going out. So I just called her this morning and I said, look, Mom, just use the filter. I'm going to get you one of those Brita water pitchers with the filter. boil the water, use that. Don't go out to get water. The filter will last you 2 to 3 months. I'll replenish your filters, because the elderly really do need to, they're at risk,
And everybody right now, my job is buying like air filters right now. They're selling out of the building. They're like crazy orders.
Yeah.
The only people that are like have one leg up right now are the doomsday preppers.
Yeah.
Doomsday preppers are already set for the whole lifetime. Dude,
well, like my brother was here, and he says the people that aren't really being impacted right now, it's not as far as the virus itself, but in the other aspects as far as the consumer purchasing. He goes as the homeless, because they're already used to being without a lot of this stuff. So, they're going to survive. But it's I think.
But they're also, though, they have to be careful because they're more susceptible.
No, they do.
To they have underlying issues a lot of times, health issues that this could really affect them.
So let's start. Where should we start? Because I just jumped into it with the British.
In LA, like one of the deaths is a homeless person.
Well, yeah, it's really sad. It's just sad all around.
So
where did you want to start? Because I just jumped in with my British. I did my own thing, Michael. It's just my show now.
Keep on our own program. I wasn't sure where you were going to be, Michael. You're like actually in studio, making it happen down there, huh?
Yeah, I was going to do it at the house, but it's I'm not saying it's chaotic, but my big Great Dane, she's not feeling well, and I'm not sure what that's from. I think she ate a rawhide that's not good. So I was like, yeah, I'll just go down to the studio.
Yeah.
So, how has this affected, for you both? How has this affected you guys now that, obviously a big part of your guys' stuff from YouTube, especially Kittle, is Disneyland. I'm Disney content. So what is your guys' direction from here? I mean, I know Josh and Becky, you guys have kind of went to a different thing. That's why you went to Midlife Vibe, so you could do other things besides Disney. But like, no Knott's Berry Farm, no Disney, no Universal Studios. I mean, what are you guys doing as vloggers and people that are not being able to capture that?
That's a very good question. And I've already been thinking about it, and it's hard to figure out what to do because anywhere you try to go, that's closed and everything's closed.
But
so you're gonna have to be creative.
Can't go anywhere.
You can't go anywhere, exactly. So we're gonna have to get a little creative. I'm thinking of for me, I'm thinking of taking. I have like over 400 videos of taking like a really old video and re-editing it, make it blue again.
You got tons of footage, Fernie, like Kid Alt TV. Yeah. I know that he has hours and hours of footage that he can probably go and edit and make some good vlogs. We could probably go back and do the same. We've been trying, we shied off a little bit because Josh has been working, but we've been trying to connect with our viewers. Hi, Louie. You're stationary. So my brother, you guys, just an FYI, I'm really sad my brother's left. I got used to him being here and now he's gone. And so I'm going to have to adapt again. But we've been trying to connect with our subscribers on a personal level. I know Josh has done some home vlogs. I have a little channel that I have some videos planned to do now that I got my crafting studio. And I was talking to Josh. I don't know if he wants me to do those on Midlife Vibes. But Fernie, I think you guys have an awesome. You guys have already started transitioning and doing other things as well. So you guys could definitely do barbecue videos. You guys have already been doing outside of the park stuff.
Yeah, we have, and I think we will continue doing like a home vlog for sure. Now that I have those POV cameras that go on our glasses, I could probably do a much better home vlog, much easier, show you guys a little bit more stuff. But to keep the angles and views a little different.
Yeah, and it's it's getting out of your comfort zone too, because a lot of the vlogging comes from Disneyland and theme parks, and so doing home vlogs you'll find are fun but challenging, because you're piecing together a day of different stuff a lot of times. But it does make when you shoot a home vlog, the tasks that you're doing usually take longer because there's camera set up and different things. But I find it fun. And one thing for me, though, that this is going to kind of force me to do is get out of that comfort zone of the theme park ritual and maybe get creative to do other things, where just, do random live streams, like especially because we're kind of now in Orange County, they've just put out the word they really want you to shelter in place now. So,
Wow.
but I don't work in Orange County. I live in Orange County, but I work somewhere else, so I still have to drive to work, and I'm going to have to go to work. But they don't want you out at the parks. They don't want you out anywhere. So it's about shelter in place, and I think you're going to see that more around. I know Palm Springs has already done that too. So it's about finding what can we talk about and do that's around the house, or maybe we order food to go from a restaurant we've never been to and help support local businesses and maybe do some food reviews,
Well, one
and
of
things
the things I'm looking forward to is being able to connect with the subscribers a little bit more. Hopefully they'll leave us some comments letting us know what they want to see, ask us some questions, and we can start
Good point, Becky.
yeah, leave us some question, you guys that are on the stream. Leave us a comment. Don't put it in the messages here because we won't be able to see it, but we'd have to review the whole thing. But leave us some comments. Tell us some things you're interested personally about us, or things that we've done, like that spicy ramen challenge. There's I
want
think
you
it's
to wash your car.
No,
it's raining. What am I going to wash the car for?
I haven't washed my car.
Wash it in the rain. That's good content.
Yeah. Okay. No, I don't think anybody wants to see me in a soaking
Josh's
wet
Speedo.
t-shirt. You don't want to see me in a soaking wet t-shirt showing all of this off.
So I think it's a good.
You don't know what I want.
I think it's a good thing for all of us to get us out of our comfort zone. Stretch us a little bit, get us connecting with our subscribers.
Yeah.
Let them get to know us. Let's get to know them. I think it could be a really fun experience.
Well,
ask them directly what they want.
Yes. I have a question too. So, like, Fernie, you're local with us, but Michael, you're in Wyoming. So, like, what's the vibe like right now? And you're in a smaller town.
Yeah.
So what's the vibe like right now in that area?
Well, it's interesting because I'm a big part of the community, and I see a lot of the community. So what they just implicated no going to school. They did that on Sunday, and all of the towns around us were doing that as well. For those of you watching and listening, we're pretty far away, and the next closest place is like 100 miles, where it's not. It's all rural. So we've been practicing social distancing since 1891 in Wyoming.
Yeah.
So it's really interesting because, again, we have an exchange student from Italy, so we've been hearing firsthand from Europe and seeing all of that, what's really going on. The media is spinning this into something just wow. We have seen firsthand. We've seen what's really going on. If they decide to lock us all in our homes and say you can't go out, I mean, you can go out. You're not confined to it completely. You do have to fill out some forms. It is a little bit different like that, but what I'm hearing from our rural town is basically this: we're all Americans. We're all land of the free. And now you're saying you can't go to the grocery store. Now you're saying can't go to the car wash. You can't go down the street and play pool. You can't go, for you guys to Disneyland. You're taking away all these things, so it's just really very something new to us. So with this being spread, like Wyoming at one point only had two cases. We just jumped up to 9, and then now at the end of today it's 11, and so that's, again, now we're starting to go, okay, what's going on and how is this coming? I think it's here. I think it's been here, and I hope that nobody panics about this, because you do see you're going to see a rise in cases, but that's just because everybody's getting tested. It's not because it's on a tear. It's already here.
No, it's here. It's gonna get a rise in cases. It's gonna get bigger. Give us 1 minute. We're gonna transition Kelly from the Mickey Bunch in. Okay, we have one other person that's coming on. Yay, there she is. Hi, my beautiful friend.
I didn't want to leave you hanging. I've been watching you sitting there, and I'm like, I didn't want to leave you hanging there.
This is Kelly from the Mickey Bunch. Kelly, we have Fernie from Kidult TV. We have Michael with Time Out with Michael and Tony. I love Kelly. She is the sweetest person ever. So we're talking about the coronavirus. We're asking Mike right now. He lives in a small town in Wyoming. What that is like. We're going to let him finish up. Michael, what I did want to say, what you were talking about, this being the land of the free, and us being used to doing whatever we want, however we want, when we want. I totally get that, but at the same time, my feeling is, you know, this is kind of really a big deal. It's important, you know. We need to just be cautious. It's not forever. It's just to ensure that people aren't getting sick, you know, that the elderly aren't getting sick, that it doesn't become bigger than what it needs to. And if we could, like you said, just band together and come in agreement, you know, and decide, okay, let's do this for the benefit of the country. You know, let's just take a step back. Let's stay home. Let's cook some meals. Let's get back to basics. You know, I went to the store the other day and everything was bought off the shelf. The tortillas, I mean, all the cans good. And, you know, my first thought was, I am so glad that my mother and my grandmother taught me how to cook from scratch. I can make you homemade tortillas from scratch. Like,
yes, you can.
I just need a bag of flour. I need some lard or some butter because I can improvise. You know, I was like,
I'm your lard.
You're my chubby. Yeah. So I was like, you know, I'm really glad that I have that foundation where I can cook from scratch, that I'm not panicked about it. You know, I was like, I can make corn tortillas if I wanted to.
But also,
you know?
right now, too, speaking of that, like, you can Grubhub, you can Uber Eats, you can still get food from restaurants and support local businesses that are going to struggle, and some of them probably shut down, unfortunately. But there's options out there. We don't need to go to the store and hoard everything in the store.
Can I Michael, do you mind me mentioning a good deed that you're doing? So one of the things that I really liked is that I saw Michael post, you know, for the schools that are closing down. You know, he said, you know, if your kids are depending on a lunch and breakfast from the school, just text me or message me, let me know, and we'll feed your kids. You know, because there are a lot of people that are low income that's their child's meal for the day, you know, and the fact that they're jumping in to do that. I saw Nikki from the Kilt Guy or Death Star Diva. She put up something saying if you need a babysitter, I think she said something about, I don't know if she said $3 an hour or $20 a day. I can't remember what it was, but it was because she was going to feed them and do games. And so it wasn't really like a large dollar amount when you think about feeding a kid and everything for the day. So I think that is awesome to see people band together to help each other out, you know?
Absolutely.
So
I'm going to touch on just a couple things, and then I'll let everybody, and I'll just sit here and quietly drink my Bud Light Seltzer. It's amazing for no, it's not a plan. Just kidding. Anyway, okay. So first off, again, we have an Italian exchange student, and we listened to it firsthand from Italy, and everything that Paolo and Giorgio have told us is learn from our mistakes, learn from what we have not done. And it's so unfortunate that we have to say it's a mistake or that it's what they did wrong, but it is truly what it is. And the sooner we stop being all together and isolate and just kind of hang low for a second, the faster this is going to be. Everybody's like, well, 2 weeks, 5 weeks, 8 weeks. Look, Italy and China are it's indefinite. They don't know when it's going to stop. And had they stopped and isolated sooner, I think that they would have been in a lot better position. And they're getting in a better position as they've isolated. You see Hong Kong is doing better. You see China is doing better. And even just listening to what Paola and Georgia have said in Italy, it's getting better. Now, there's really no end in sight right now for some of those people, those countries.
Yeah. But
if we start doing this now, I think we're going to be ahead of the curve. And I think we're still way behind it. But let's just, let's not, we don't need to panic, but we need to be cautious. We need to be, very smart about this. And it's going to be hard. There's no doubt about this. This is something we've never seen. This is not something we've never experienced. So we just have to, like we said, band together, be good about this, and just be smart. There's going to be some people that are not happy. We're not going to please everybody with everything that we do. I just think, again, let's learn from what they've done, because that's what those countries are asking. I put a Facebook post up on those that are follow me on my Facebook page. I put a post up on what Italy has said. Look, learn from what we've done wrong and go from there. And I think that that's what we need to do. Second, please support local and small businesses. And I don't mean to say this in a rude way, but your big corporations like your Walmarts and your Krogers and your Smiths and Fry's and all of those big corporations have insurance plans to take care of this. These small businesses down mom and pop shops, they don't have that. And this is what they rely on. So if you can go down the street to Tony's Tacos, or it's just go do that. Mother May's Kitchen, go down there and order something from them so you can help them just as much as you can, because they're going to need it the most. And again, I don't know what is going on in your guys' areas, because I know we have a lot of places like we have Pacific Power, who runs our electricity. We have a place called All West Communications, who runs our internet and some of our TVs, and they have went out and said, hey, we're going to suspend all shutdowns. We're going to suspend any late fees. It doesn't mean that they're going to not make you pay. It just means that they're not going to penalize you for not paying. And I sure hope that our younger generation and just all of our generation understands you still have to make that payment. Don't fall behind. If you can make the payment, do it. If you can't, understand it's still going to be there. So if you get this extra money, please don't just go spend it on something dumb, because that's going to just hurt us, the rest of all of us, and yourself even more. I think that's all I have. I'm good.
No, those are really good points. I do want to mention that Callie for the Mickey Bunch, she lives in Florida. Fernie's up in, is it the LA County area? And we're in the Orange County area. Michael's in Wyoming. So we want to just get a little feel from a couple of different parts, us and the LA County, and then, of course, different parts of the state. Mickey, what do you got going? What's going on there with you? How do you see
Who?
Mickey, the Mickey Bunch. I was gonna say the Mickey Bunch, Kelly.
I was like, is Mickey on here too?
No, I said Mickey. I said Mickey because Josh has his arrow pointing at the Mickey Bunch over there.
I live in Daytona Beach, but I work in Orlando for Disney Vacation Club. So I'm kind of getting two different things. Now here in Daytona, they are all the grocery stores and everything are closing early. Pharmacies are closing at 6 o'clock. They are actually talking about a city curfew for 7 p.m., which I'm going to have a little bit of trouble with because I work the closing shift at Disney Vacation Club and I don't get home till like 10:30, 11 o'clock at night. So I don't know what I'm going to do about that. But,
are they talking curfew because of the, like, spring break down there right now in Daytona? And is it like all the kids are out there?
I think Daytona was late to the game. We just came off of 2 weeks of bike week and, spring break, and there were no curfews or anything. They did call off bike week just one day before it was going to end. So it was pretty crazy. I guess there was some stuff going on in Miami, spring breakers, just,
Well, I've seen pictures
spring breaking.
Yeah, like it's on the news. Our news is all about Florida
but
right now.
It seems like they're coming down, and the state of Florida just actually said that kids aren't going to return to school before April 15th. And there's talk that they're just going to scrap this school year. So you have a choice of your child just starting the school year over again in the fall or doing online. So
that's
of
crazy. I know, like, some of the people they're doing school from home, like teachers are emailing packets of homework for like elementary school students and stuff to where they can complete those packets and then turn them in. But it's just not the same, I don't think, as far as having an educator there really educating you. And I know, like, she goes to a university and her classes are online now, where sometimes they're doing video chats and things like that to get them through. But I know, like, Cal State Long Beach, I think, canceled next semester or something like that. Don't quote me on that. That's just kind of something I heard. I didn't look into it.
Yeah,
but.
And then, I mean, it is kind of crazy. I mean, we're living in a very crazy time. I mean, I I talk to people booking their Disney vacations every day, all day. And when this started coming out, they were like, is Disney going to close? Is Disney going to close? And I was like, no. Because, I mean, Disneyland has only closed 3 days in its 65-year history prior to this.
They've already broken
The
records.
assassination of John F. Kennedy closed for the day. 9/11 closed for the day. A little thing called the 2004 like earthquake closed for 1 day. I mean, these are uncharted waters, but it's amazing to me that all over the country you can't find toilet paper. I mean, come on, people, could you leave some Charmin Ultra Soft for me? Because this Angel Soft I've been having to deal with does not, it's not desirable.
It's not what I want.
I know I don't like not having my brand of toilet paper. Let me just tell you that right now.
Well, it's a humbling experience, isn't it?
It is. I mean, I might have to start picking leaves from the backyard pretty soon. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm being funny because that's just me. I'm attempting to be funny. I'm not really funny. I have some kids. They say I'm not. But it's crazy. I mean, it's crazy and weird and then I worry about kids because they're already antisocial. I mean, let's get real. Kids are now antisocial because they're too electronically tuned in. They don't, and then we're gonna like have probably a whole wave of people that are gonna want to just homeschool their kids, and then and workers working from home, which I've been praying for. That's why I took the job I have, is because there is an at-home opportunity. But you're just gonna have this whole like people that aren't socializing.
Yeah.
Anybody
is it just me?
Right
my daughter just got told today that they're going to be working remote. My aunt is working remote from her company. I think there's just the calls are going around at my place of business right now where they're going to shut down till I think for 2 weeks or till the beginning of April or something like that. So I haven't got the call yet, but I've gotten some text messages. So they're already letting us know that they're going to close the doors. And I mean, I won't be working from home. I'll just be home.
Something that's interesting for me, though, is that I think that this is kind of going to be a test to see, because what if these companies, this work from home strategy that they have in place right now because of what's going on, is very successful.
Well, my daughter's...
Will they continue this program for the future, because it might be more cost effective for them to have them work from home?
My daughter said that the company is saying that it looks like it'll be cost effective because there's only 20 people in their office, that they're thinking of extending that till September. They're going to see how that goes, and they just might have them on a work from home program.
Okay. I can't tell. Did Fernie freeze, or is that just he's stunned with emotion?
I think he's frozen.
Oh, he just dropped off. So he was Fernie from Kiddo TV froze, and he just dropped off. So hopefully he'll be able to join back in.
So
he still has the link. So
one of the things
I would like to work from home. So Disney Vacation Club, if you're listening, I would really like you to just send me home with a computer. Only because I have an 4-hour drive a day.
So Josh Houston from Midlife Vibes, if you're listening, I would just like to not work at all.
Yes, me too.
I'll tell you what. If we can increase our Patreon by quite a lot.
Yes, I'll cook, I'll clean, I'll craft. I don't need to work.
Yeah.
So one of the things that I kind of see, I need to be very careful with what I say, because I don't want anything to be misinterpreted or misconstrued. I'm not happy about the coronavirus at all. But one of the pluses that I think that's coming out of this is that we're not prepared at all. We're not prepared for a real crisis. I mean, this is bad, but people are losing their flipping minds. Like, what if we had a real emergency? I mean, people are fighting at the stores, buying everything out. The stores are not, they're going to restock, people. The stores are going to restock. We're not running out of food. You know, I was explaining to somebody at work, I said, think if you're the Hunt's company, how much product you actually have to stock and warehouse to be able to distribute all over the country for X amount of time. There's food right now. You don't have to buy everything off of the shelf, you know? So I think I'm hoping, my hope is that we'll learn something from this. We'll learn to be better prepared. We'll learn to not be, I want to say, not as materialistic as a country. We'll learn to think of our neighbors, you know, that there'll be something positive that we learn out of this is what I'm always hoping for, the best, you know. And
I was going to say, go back to the thing. I feel like the Brady Bunch.
the Brady Bunch, the Brady Bunch.
Can I look at our?
There's the story.
Go back. Now go back
Of
to
a lovely
the.
lady.
Yeah. Hi, how are you? And then the Mickey Bunch can look up.
Hit 3 kids
Hey,
of their own.
Their own.
Sorry.
Michael, Kelly,
The Brady Bunch.
Bernie.
That's hilarious. So
Did you
Freddie,
guys? Did you guys see the thing that Bill? I talked to some people. You see the thing that Bill Gates put up 2 years ago when he told us that if something was going to be hit America, it was not going to be something that was wasn't going to be an attack like a military attack or a virus or a cyber attack. It was going to be something like a virus or a bacterial thing, and we're not ready. We're
No,
not ready.
I
for it,
didn't-
and here
I
we are.
didn't-
We're not.
Yeah,
I didn't realize that all of our V bags were made in what do you call it? Puerto Rico. So that happened, and then we're short on IV bags. You know, we don't have medication. Everything is outside of the country. We're not equipped.
well, it just I think everyone businesses are like well, even the medical industry, they're so cost conscious that they're not stockpiling certain things.
And I kind of want
I
to
can't
hear
believe
Fernie's
how
point
behind
too.
the times we are when it comes to test kits for this. Like how other countries are testing so much more people than we are, and we're supposed to be the country, you know, that knows what they're doing.
And Fernie, what's your take on it? I know we've heard Michael a piece about where he's at in Wyoming. We've heard Kelly share a little bit about what's going on in Florida. What's going on in LA? Because you know, Josh and I just stay over here in
Or
the OC,
the outskirts of LA.
yeah, the outskirts of LA. What's happening out there?
It's been pretty crazy. I'm like, since I traveled from Lancaster to Pico Rivera, both places, it's been like nothing's on the shelves. People are pretty much getting in fights over toilet paper, and they're only giving you like a little 4-pack.
Yeah,
You know,
well,
it's just I've never experienced this, and when the whole Corona thing started happening, I really wasn't worried about it. I wasn't panicking or anything. I wasn't even thinking about it. Now I'm thinking about it, second guessing it.
yeah. And then in like Lancaster, that's a smaller community, so you're kind of on the outskirts where you might not have as many options as we might have here in Orange County, where we have more options. So we have 10 different grocery stores in a 5-mile radius that we can go to, with Targets and Walmarts and Costco's, multiple Costco's. So there's a lot of options for us. But in Lancaster, I don't think they have all those options.
Well, surprisingly, there's actually 3 Walmarts, a couple of Targets.
That's surprising.
There's Winco. There's a lot. There's like a handful of my yard there. I'm surprised how much sexual commerce is out here. But no matter where you go, it's everything you need is empty. Like today, I think my mom left to go buy eggs, and she left sad because there wasn't no eggs anywhere.
But
And she went to like a couple stores.
And then I was gonna say something that was, it's just, for us, luckily we usually stock up for the month. We try to buy for the month already in advance. When we go grocery shopping, we buy lots of meats and
Toilet paper,
and put
wet
in the
wipes,
freezer. We buy toilet paper and stuff. So we were prepared, I guess you could say. But
the only thing we weren't prepared is we eat I cook a lot of fresh food here, a lot of fresh vegetables.
But my point was, like, I had somebody at my work that they were down to 4 rolls of toilet paper, and not for a lack of trying to find it. They just could not get at the right place at the right time to get toilet paper, and they were down to 4 rolls. And luckily, in the middle of the day, they went on their lunch break over to Walmart, and Walmart happened to be restocking in the middle of the day, and so they got some toilet paper. But that's how I think a lot of people out there are starting to run out of their supplies, and now they're like, what do I do? But I think at the same time, a lot of grocery stores and a lot of places are now limiting the amount of TP and different things that people can buy. So then it's being able to be spread out more to more people, which is how I think everything's going to come together, hopefully.
I'm going to talk to Kelly's daughter, Tangled in the Magic. She's saying that they don't stock, and now they're making random veggie soups and stuff, and that there's no produce or meat. I found that to be true. There's a lot of produce at our grocery stores, but because we use a lot of fresh vegetables here in our house, I remembered that there's a 99-cent store close to my daughter's house that stocks a lot of stuff. They have organic, no GMO, sliced frozen bell peppers, mixed cauliflower, potatoes, mushrooms. I mean, and they're 99 cents a bag. I think I walked out of there $35 with a huge bag full of different frozen vegetables that I just stuck in the freezer so we can make omelets, soups, stir fries. The 99 cents did have,
That they're gonna have to roll right now.
Yeah, so I stocked up on a lot of that because we seem to eat a lot of fresh food. But yeah, it's going to be hard for those people that, that aren't able. I think of the elders because I think of my grandmothers when they got really older, and they lived to be in their 90s. But there was a point where they didn't have the finances to stock up for a month. They would stock up like every couple of days. They'd go and buy a little here, a little there. So there's people out there that don't have the money to stock up for a whole month. They're buying week to week, or, buying for a couple of days. And I think, we're not going to die of starvation. I think we have to, as a people, be considerate and think of those that don't have the finances to hoard or to even stock up for a month. They're paycheck to paycheck, or just waiting, get the 1 can of tomato sauce to make their sopita or whatever it is. We just have to be a little bit more considerate, not you guys, but I'm just saying as a people in general, and just think of sopita. Of the, just there's people that don't have
goes a long way
the ability to do that,
Yeah. But not if you know what's funny. Not if they know sopita ingredient.
Go ahead, Michael.
Something that we see is everybody is buying instant stuff.
Yeah.
And they're buying all these things that like only work for one meal. Like I think it's like we went and bought things that you could make a big meal that will feed you for like 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't understand why. I mean, I don't know. We live in. I can go out in the backyard and kill the cow if I need to. So I'm not worried about that, or shoot a bird, or go fishing. So we're good. But I think it's kind of funny how people are going after the single stuff like that only make one meal, as opposed to like you see like produce is like full. All the healthy stuff is full.
Yeah.
We bought some of that stuff too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like meats, like you can really make a big meal with the right amount of meat, and then dried beans. Just you can make a huge pot of beans that could last for days, and then you can add different things to it, and that's your side. But that's a very hearty portion.
A funny thing is, I think last year, my son, he's meal prepping. He bought the biggest bag of rice that I've ever seen in my life.
Big giant bags of dog food. I mean, Michael, you have a big dog, so you probably buy the biggest, giantest bag of dog food you can find. Well, that's what he bought. One of those, rice. But it was brown rice.
I was like, what am I going to do with this? But now nobody can find rice. I'm like, I got a bag. Anybody need brown rice? It's like huge.
Yeah, I was like, we're never going to go through this rice. Like, I hope rice lasts forever, because there's no way we'll ever go through it. And now you can't find rice in the stores, and we have brown rice.
Yeah.
So. But that's something too. Like, you buy a big giant bag of rice, you can have that and make multiple meals from that.
Oh, so produce was empty at Northgate, Jessica says, but produce was full at Vaughn's because it's more expensive though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's just weird. Go ahead, Freddie. Sorry.
How long do you think this disruption of life will be?
Months.
And the end of March, and why we're saying that, I mean, I'm thinking 5 to 6 months, depending on, I don't know what levels or stages. I don't think the worst, not to sound like a negative Nelly or something, but
5 to 6
I don't think
months,
the
they
worst
were-
has hit us yet.
We're just coming into it, honestly. I think we're still coming into it, and this is why, because people are still wanting to go clubbing, and they still want to go. I see it. I'm seeing some of
It
you know
hasn't
on
affected them
Facebook. They
personally
want to
yet,
just
so
they still want to go out and do it up, and I'm thinking we really need to be careful right now. So I think
and it's about prevention, not about, oh, you're young and you might get sick. It's not about the young people. It's about the people who you might infect that have immune deficiencies, that are elderly, that this will affect. I mean, my grandma just had open heart surgery last Friday, and that's scary. Like, so she's in the hospital right now being watched over, but eventually she's going to have to go home, and having that, her system is down right now. It's not where it needs to be because of the
So
surgery.
I think
and she's
it's
90 something years old. So it's like, that's very scary. And if people are around her that get this, that could infect her, that's something you don't want.
Yeah, I think I think the people that have like me with asthma or low immune system, or people that have something where this coronavirus could really affect them. I think these are the people that are really worried, or if you have a loved one that can be compromised, that's where the concern and the worry does come from.
Yeah.
There was something I wanted to talk about and I forgot.
Oh, well, and then, like, just for me, like, I'll get paid, whether I'm working or not, I'm going to get paid. But for Becky, that's not the case. So that could be income that's gone. And then
That
I
is
think
income
of
that's
all
gone.
the part-time workers out there that, or even, like, let's say Disneyland, like right now they're paying their employees, but I don't think Disneyland's going to open up at the end of the month. I'm pretty sure they're going to be closed for a little bit longer than that. And
I think the same thing, Josh. I'm thinking the same thing.
because, I mean, how could they? But then how are they going to keep paying their employees for that long? So at some point the company's got to be like, okay, we can't afford to do this. Like a lot of companies already have. Like if you look at Marriott, they're pretty much closing down hotels because there's like a 4 to 5% occupancy rate right now, which is they're losing a ton of money, and they have millions of employees across the world, and they're closing down hotels. They've said we can't afford to pay our employees, and some other companies are paying, but how long will they be able to do that? And when will this rebound? Who knows? But it's scary because a lot of people are who, live paycheck to paycheck, and all of a sudden they have no income. There's a lot of people out there. There's a lot of programs out there to help. And in California, we have unemployment and EDD insurance and stuff. So but that can't go on forever. And then how many businesses close down that don't reopen up?
That's the sad thing.
But hopefully, I'm more of a positive thinking person. So I always think on, that people will be taken care of. But I know this is going to affect some people, and it's going to be a very stressful time for a lot of people, Or we all just go to Michael's house and eat cows from his backyard.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hey, we have an invitation.
Send the meat over.
Yeah, freeze it.
We'll put it on the Traeger and cook. We'll go.
There you go. So what's the in Walt Disney World, Kelly, what's the vibe of like, what's the thought? Do they think it's going to be closed down for a little bit longer, or?
We found out literally when everyone else found out. I mean, it felt really, really strange because, I mean, we were blindsided. And I mean, I'm telling people, no, Disneyland is only closed 3 days. Disney World's going to be fine. They got this. And I'm booking vacations, for members. And I don't know. I'm just, we haven't heard that they're going to extend the closure, but just looking at how everything's going down everywhere, I don't know how they could open. And I think this is really a CDC thing, not a Disney thing.
Yeah.
I don't know that Disney World or Disneyland would have decided to close. But, they start closing down sporting events. They start telling, you can't have more than so many people at a gathering. I think this is more of a government thing than really a Disney decision made willingly,
Well, I did see something that our governor of California did exempt Disneyland and other theme parks from this, but Disney still decided to close down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
Do you guys think that with Disneyland and Disney World closing down, that refurbishments and much needed things to be done in the park is going to get done quicker and faster? Or do you think it's still going to be very at the same
those
time?
employees are at work. So like Tron is still being worked on, and they're going to close down our Walt Disney World hotels here and just at the end of the week. And I've heard that there's going to be employees in there and they're going to be like cleaning everything. So, I mean, people are actually still going to be working. It's just there aren't going to be park guests.
Yeah, we know there's still people working at Disneyland getting called in to go to work and clean and to run the rides,
Yeah, because they can't just stop running all the rides too, because they have to keep those things going. They can't just like not run them. People don't realize that, but they got to keep that. I must have something.
So, I mean, there's still people working, and then there's obviously some people not working.
Yeah.
And that are getting paid, but so I do think they're using this time to do some of those things that they can't do when there's guests there. So I know they're doing like super deep cleaning, they're doing repairs, they're still working on Tron. So,
and I know that
hopefully it speeds those ride openings up a little bit. But it was really creepy. Yesterday I was at work and I wasn't really feeling that great. But when I arrived at work, because I'm the closing shift, there were people in the elevator with like rolly carts with computers on them. And so I asked, I was like, oh, what's going on? Are you getting new computers? And they're on the 3rd floor. So that's like the executives and things like that. And they're like, oh, no, we're being sent home with our computers. So I'm thinking, yes, I'm going to be sent home with my computer. No, 2nd floor, we're still working.
It's still working there. And it's something that's happening at Disney. I just go back what Michael was saying is that I thought they would not be increasing refurbishments and repairs and stuff, but I actually heard they actually did some unscheduled refurbishments now during this time period and some more concrete work on like the ground and stuff where it'd be a struggle when the park's opening for them to do it without closing off huge sections. So I'm hearing that you could actually see that they're doing a lot more work than was originally planned, and they're taking advantage of the park being closed and getting some stuff done that was not on the books.
It's a great time to do it. You're still people working, getting paid, but they're able to complete so many things, like you said, without guests coming every day and night. So, so I think it's better to make that good use of time, So.
Yeah. What have you heard, Fernie?
How's that?
You fall asleep on me.
Yes. No fun.
What have you heard anything coming out of the Disneyland parks?
I haven't heard anything yet, but I know I would think they're just going to be cleaning, refurbing, doing stuff like that. But I don't think they're going to be like, you know what? Why I didn't know, Josh. I didn't know that they had to run the rides even though nobody's on there.
Yeah, they did. I found out because I have a friend who's.
I don't think they're like running them nonstop, but I think
just
daily.
Just to, like, run them.
They got to run them every few hours or so just to keep everything going and really, because when they do a refurbishment on a ride and it does shut down for a month, they run it for weeks before they open it up to the public, or for a week depending on what the ride is. But they have to, and like anytime like a new ride opens up, they run it for like a month or something without nonstop, so that way they can get through the cycles, make sure it's safe for guests to return on it.
So you're telling me Rise of the Resistance is running right now with nobody on it?
Yes, nobody has a boarding group, and it is running without people.
So does
poor Michael. Michael was supposed to be down this upcoming weekend to ride Rise of the Resistance.
Carrie messaged me. She's so sad. And Carrie's trying to get me out to Wyoming. She's like, there's a ride Josh would love out here in Wyoming.
My brother, he lives in Provo, Utah, and he called me. He's like, "Do you think we should just drive today and go down?" And I'm like, "This was last weekend." And I'm like, "No, don't do that. What if you get stuck or anything?" And he sends me a message on Friday morning, and he's like, "I got boarding group number 21." But it was I was so glad that he was able to get out there. His life's going to change. He's going to have a baby. So I was super happy that him and his wife were able to get down there and check that out. Me and Carrie will make some time once Disneyland opens up. And, it's cool that he got to ride it, but I'm not going to lie. I sat in my truck and just was very sad.
You called and drank all your natural light seltzers.
Yeah.
So
he was really sad.
Fernie's probably broken the record for how many times somebody's ridden Rise of the Resistance.
Kidding.
I mean, he's probably been on it 50 times already.
12.
You've been on it more than 12 times.
12.
Really? I
12
thought
times.
it would be more.
That's a lot, though, if you really think about it. Our rise has not been open that long.
I'll be posting number 12 tomorrow morning, and it's going to be multi-view.
Yeah, I was wondering, is Kidult TV is just pretty much Rise of the Resistance ride-through.
Why did I have to make it so cool?
So some of you guys, I think, are as old as me. I maybe not, but how many of you guys remember Red Dawn with Patrick Swayze?
Yeah, the original Red Dawn.
Right now, this is what it's totally reminding me of. My brother was planning on going back out to Texas. He was like, he wasn't sure if he was going to leave Monday or Tuesday. And since he's here, he was working for a plumbing company. So he has all this stuff to take back now, like his whole pickup bed. And he brought all his tools. So I'm like, are you going to leave on Tuesday? Kind of thinking about it. And Monday, he's like, you know what? I said, I'm at the market. I'll be home right now. He goes, you know what? I think I need to just go now. And I was like, what? And he goes, I just have a feeling like I need to leave now. I think I need to go before they start closing the borders. Well, if they close the Arizona border, the Texas border, I need to make sure I get home to the kids before. And where they were isolating them all in their truck. And I was like, isn't that crazy that he just needs to drive back to Texas to get to his family? But because he was hearing that they shut down San Francisco, in his head, he's thinking, no, I need to leave now. I don't care if it's 6:00 at night. I don't care if it's raining. I don't know if they're going to close the California border. I don't know if they're going to close the Arizona border. I need to get into Texas. And it totally just reminded me of Red Dawn.
Yeah, it's crazy. Well, and I
text Josh. I go, we need to buy 2 guns. And we need to buy a generator. Now, I'm like trying to.
You're like in survival mode. Relax. It's not that.
I am. I'm like, because I thought of Red Dawn.
Michael,
don't be a apocalypse.
Panicking.
I got a generator.
I need a generator. And I told Josh.
You're going to need one if you're going to RV. If you're going to RV, you need a generator.
Yeah. Well, now with the lithium batteries, you're almost, hey. It might not. Some of them aren't even coming with onboard generators.
So I have a list of survival.
Sorry, I don't want to get into RV talk because I can talk.
I have a list of survival things that I want to buy that I'm not going to spring on Josh until he gets his bonus. Because I'm already pricing out my survival things that I need.
Yeah, great. Here we go. But that's like I already was telling people at work and stuff. I'm like, yeah, if the hits the fan, we're going to Texas because we're going to your brother's house.
Yeah, I'll go live with my brother. Just one of my brother's
Michael
kids.
sounds like he has some really tasty cows, so I mean, I might end up in Wyoming.
I've told my brother I just need one of his kids to be alive during the zombie apocalypse. Just one of his kids will keep me and my family alive.
Yeah.
My son says, Mom, if there's a zombie apocalypse, you're dying. He goes, first I'm going to die. He goes, I'm going to die first, and then it's going to be you because. He goes, I'm going to have to jump in front and sacrifice myself for you so you don't get killed. He goes, and right after they kill me, you're going to die within 3 seconds because you can't outrun them. He goes,
I'll be the first one.
He's like, so it's going to be a waste of my life. He goes, I'm going to sacrifice myself for nothing. I was like, leave me alone. He said, you're already runners.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure in my family, I'm the bait.
You're the bait.
I'm Oh man.
Take her first.
I can't go fast.
Look at this beautiful color hair.
Look at her red
Oh.
hair.
Come on, save
It's so
yourself.
shiny and pretty.
Oh, my goodness.
So my thoughts, my thing is, because I've been telling the girls at work, and I've been sharing, the stores are going to restock. People are being crazy right now, but next week they're going to restock. The week after
tomorrow,
that, they're
every
going to
day.
restock. They're going to be restocking. Do you guys foresee in your towns people calming down? I'm like, how much more can they buy?
Well, first, I'm thinking people are going to run out of space with all their buying. And we live in Orange County is, it's got over 1 million people in it. So there's a lot of people. But like for, let's say, I don't know, in Daytona or in Wyoming, like a smaller town, like, do you think people have already stocked up enough where it's going to calm down?
I don't know. It's amazing to me that all over the country there's no toilet paper. I mean, you see people from New York, California, Arizona, Texas, Wyoming, everywhere is out of toilet paper every day. I don't know. But like, I went to Publix. I did not dare go to like Walmart or something because, whatever. Normally I would probably go there, but anyway, and there was plenty of meat, fresh fruit. There were actually like the store looked pretty well stocked, other than there was no bread at all. And no
I'm thinking
paper.
I need coffee.
Like,
I do not want to go through a caffeine withdrawal. I do not want to go through a caffeine withdrawal if I do not have
Are they
to.
using it as toilet paper? I don't know.
Hey, I kind of
Bread
stocked
is
up
a
on
toilet
coffee.
paper.
I'm Mexican. I'll take a damn coffee filter and wipe myself. I do not care. Give me coffee
I
filter.
just won't wipe.
Give me newspaper. I have a ton of one socks, where there's no pair. I'm gonna live through this. I am Mexican. Not having toilet paper does not scare me.
I mean, as far as like calming down, I don't know. It didn't seem hysterical to me at Publix today. Everybody was pretty chill, but it is crazy that there's no toilet paper anywhere.
And hand sanitizer. I was like, where are all these people? Didn't you wash your hands before?
Okay. Public service announcement. Can we always just wash our hands, even when there's no pandemic?
Well, the thing that cracks
I'm
me
like,
up
they're buying
is
all the sanitizer, but all the soap is on the shelf.
there was no hand sanitizer, but there was miles and miles of soap. I'm like, just buy soap. We have water coming out of a faucet. You can wash your hands. It's okay.
Oh my goodness.
So in Wyoming, what's the feeling like now? Do you see it? Think it's calming down over there, or is it still everyone buying everything?
We're like 6 months behind everybody. That's I don't know. That's
Tomorrow's going to be the raid.
in my town. So we have 11,000 people in my town, and it's not very big. So I think most everybody in the town of Evanston is okay. But again, we have Park City. We have Salt Lake City, all of those people, Ogden, all those people coming up here because they know that we have it here and they don't. Like I'm listening to Kid Olt and he's saying we got a Costco, we got 2 Costcos, we got a Winco, we got 5 Walmarts, we got Super Target, we got 1 Super Walmart here.
Everywhere I turn, I have a store next to me. There's not a shortage.
It's different. We kind of joke today. We got every Tuesday we get a mailer in the mail for like all of our stores around us, and our Dollar Tree is selling toilet paper 2 for $4. Yeah, it's a great deal, but it's not there. We wondered if we could get a rain check. They said no. So I think most of it's calmed down. I mean, like there's produce there. There's meat there. They restocked on the ramen noodles and the SpaghettiOs.
Oh my God! All
cheese.
the ramen noodles are gone.
Yeah, so
I am so angry about that because we like the ramen noodles from the Asian stores, the hot ones, and the different. Jessica buys them all, and nobody ever touches those. They just get the regular, chicken ramen. Noodles. All the good ramens, the Asian ramens are gone. I am like so mad because I have not been able to get my ramen fix. We like put eggs and spinach in them.
Yeah, good.
Oh,
You know,
my spicy ramen.
I went in Publix. I did notice they were like putting a 2 limit on anything that you're buying. You could only buy 2.
So the funny
Yeah.
thing is I was dying. I just wanted chili beans, and I haven't made them in a long time, so I just needed 2 pounds of ground beef. I could not find ground beef anywhere. I was like, seriously, people, I just need 2 pounds. So my friend had the grass-fed ground beef. She goes, hey, you don't have some, come and get it. You know, I was like, oh, okay, I'll buy it off of you. She's like, no, just come and get it. You can have it. So I go over, I'm talking, and I leave. She goes, damn it, I should have charged you 3 rolls of toilet paper because I don't have any toilet paper. I go, I'll bring it for you. She ended up buying the ones for the RVs, you know, where that are really weird and dissolve.
Oh, they dissolve. For
Yeah.
the black tanks.
Yeah. So, kiddo, what do you think in your area? It's kind of like Orange County, but do you think people are going to simmer down, or what's going on over there?
I mean, really, I haven't really seen anybody panicking over here. Maybe more in the city area, like where Pico or where D lives.
Because they're crazy in Pico.
Panicking. Oh, they've been getting crazy, man. You know what? It kind of reminded me of being at Disneyland when I had to wait for TP in the long line. but for real, we were in line and there was like 3 people ahead of us, and they were only giving like little 4-packs of toilet paper, and these 3 ladies were all upset because that's all they would give them, and they were trying to like start stuff with the employees. I'm like, oh no, they had to have the sheriffs were there, they had their own private security. It's crazy.
I'm not gonna start something with the employees because they're the ones who are gonna say, no TP for you, and then you get
looks
nothing.
like you're gonna have to wipe with your underpants now.
So my son texted me today because I guess he's been, you know, he's a tattoo guy, so he's in his own little private world. You know, a lot of this stuff doesn't really bother him. But I guess he started seeing and hearing that people were fighting over toilet paper and that people were getting really crazy. So he sends me a text message. He goes to me and my daughter, and he says, I hear people are getting really crazy and fighting in the stores. If you guys want me to go to the store with you, just call me. Because he's like, you know, I'm like, thank you. You know, yeah. He's like, if you need me to go to the store with you, just let me know. I was like, okay.
And real quick, just jumping in here real quick, you guys. I know we've been on for about an hour, but if anybody has to leave or anything like that, just feel free to let us know. Not pressuring anybody to leave, but just saying don't feel obligated if you have other things that you have to do, because this was a last-minute live stream. Well, we do our Tuesday night live stream, but inviting everybody was kind of a last-minute thing.
Yeah, it was
wish I was a better planner, but I'm
poor
not.
Callie. It was like half an hour before we go on. Hey, do you want to come on?
Yeah, I was super excited to get an invitation. I love it, but I'm actually off work because I have bronchitis. Believe it or not, ain't nobody got time for that.
Nobody got time for that.
Bronchitis. And I literally almost got walked out yesterday because I was like, you know, I'm in my little cubicle neighborhood, and I was like, I'm really not feeling good. I got a headache.
Oh, you can't say that. They'll kick you out.
It wasn't 10 minutes for, you know, I hear the lady behind me going, Kelly doesn't feel good. She looks like she has a fever. I was like,
we have a 2319. We have a 2319.
No kidding. A leader came over.
COVID-19. COVID-19. Beautiful 22.
Wiping my desk while I'm sitting there. And I was just like, I think I'm getting like these migraines, you know, I'm sinus migraines. And he's like, I think you should go home. You look like you have a fever. So I was like, okay. And I mean, my head was killing me. So I went to the doctor today. I got bronchitis. I got a sinus infection. I'm like, I call in and they're like, please stay home.
So Callie, after I got sick, but I ended up with an asthma flare up, right? And there's nothing I can do about my asthma. It just takes me out when I get it. So I go back to work and I told the girls, I said, if you hear me cough, I'm not sick. I have asthma. I still need to do breathing treatments, right? So I'm at my desk. I cough and they sprayed Lysol. I'm all, I can't breathe. Please don't spray. Yeah, they sprayed the Lysol, and I had to say, please don't spray Lysol. Like, my lungs really can't take that right now. So if I went to the restroom or if I went on break, I'd come back in and I could smell the Lysol. Like, every time I left, they would spray
that's hilarious. So they 2319'd you too? It was so terrible. It's like, oh my gosh. But yeah. Wow. I was wiping my desk while I'm sitting there. It was just so ridiculous.
I had to go to the craft store to work on a project, and I put on a face mask only because if I cough because of my asthma, because I couldn't breathe yet, so I had my inhaler. So I was like, I do not feel like people staring at me and trying to tell me something because I don't have patience for that. I'd be like all over that. So I was like, I'm not even gonna deal with people. Yeah, I'm not even gonna deal with people in this. Joanne's, I put on a face mask, so if I coughed, I didn't want to hear anybody tell me anything.
Well, people are freaking out if you cough. Like if you cough just a little bit, people were just like giving you this look of like, what are you doing in public? I'm like, my throat itched. That was all it was. I'm not sick anymore.
There's a meme going around on, I think it was on Facebook. It was in Santa Ana. Santa Ana is like the city close to Orange, and it's the rougher city. It's a really cool city. I lived there before, but so there's a bus stop, and there's these people all standing at the bus stop. And this poor lady coughs. And so somebody shoots her and everybody pulls out Lysol and starts like spraying her.
Oh my.
It was a meme. It's not for real.
Yeah.
It was a meme.
Because it could probably really happen.
No.
There was a guy in one of our gas stations today getting Subway. He had a mask on and he coughed. And like everybody in the truck, it's a truck stop. They all just turned and looked at him like,
get out of here.
What are you doing in here? Like, we're no Subway for us today. Thanks.
Yeah. That's it. Everyone just walks out and doesn't order food. That's it.
That's the crazy part is because everybody's so afraid,
Yeah.
But I told Josh, it's like everybody's hoarding, but everybody's at the restaurant. Everybody's hoarding. Everybody's shopping where he works. Right? It's like stay home. It's like stay home.
Right. It's hard to stay home though, and I know it was before this whole break thing. Taylor was here in Disney World just doing it up. She was like, oh my gosh, I'm so. Then she went back to Arizona and because she got an opportunity to go to Disneyland, and she was sending me pictures of the low lines going, #love coronavirus. Oh my gosh, Taylor, don't put that on social media. But people.
We were there last day too.
They don't want to stay at home. They want to go to Disneyland.
Yeah, Kid on TV got to see the whole closing MICKY dance, Yes,
we were there for the closing. We felt like, because I was supposed to go for my birthday for this coming Friday.
Yeah.
But since all that happened, my job was like, oh, well, you can switch and you can try to go tomorrow if you want. And I was like, I'm in. But it's just weird because after that whole day when we went home,
how atmosphere there? When you're done.
It was really like lonely. Like nobody was really there. It was like if you're doing rope drop, but the whole day is rope drop.
Wow.
Yeah. It was really even at the end. I couldn't. As on the video I just put up, Dee was actually crying because she was emotional because all the characters were on Main Street, saying bye to everybody.
I don't know if I can watch that video. That's what make me cry.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I've seen it out there, but I haven't watched it because I think I would be sad.
I got a little emotional. Yeah, it was a little sad, but
it's weird.
But we were told before we got to go home, it told us burn your clothes and sleep in the shower.
Oh my god.
So yeah.
Yeah. Well, Taylor was all over it. She wasn't staying home. She was like, ooh, they're going to be closing Disneyland. I better go. The lines are going to be so short.
I know.
What's funny is
how many kids?
is Juan doesn't know what to do with himself right now.
No.
Juan, we have a group chat with Juan and Juan's just like, I need to get with everybody. I need to hang out. We need to do this. He doesn't know what to do with himself right now.
And I feel so bad. I'm like, Juan, I can't. My asthma got me.
I know when we go, Juan's always telling every cast member, "I'll see you tomorrow. See you tomorrow." And then this one old cast member told him, "No, you won't.
No, you won't.
No, you won't." Juan was like, "Yeah, somebody finally got you, Juan."
It's crazy because I was thinking oh, Disneyland's closed. Like maybe we can go over to our friend's house and hang out, but really we're not supposed to do that. So it's like. Man,
I was trying to think we should have a birthday party for Kiddo, but then I'm like, I can't because I can't get sick because my asthma gets me.
Yeah, Kiddo, you don't get a birthday party.
I was like, well, they can come over. We could barbecue. We could throw in the smoker.
we could come over and we could wear like little discs around ourselves, or like 20 feet across, so we don't get close to each other.
They need to
It'd
be
the
6
distance
foot
buffer.
rule. 6 foot rule.
6
You
foot
know?
rule.
And Carrie's
There you
trying to
go.
get Josh and I to go out to Wyoming.
We've been
But
let's go to
practicing
Wyoming
social
for our birthday.
distancing. We've been doing social distancing since Wyoming was established. So we know how to do that. It's easy.
I have more people on my block than you do in your whole city.
I'm sure. I'm sure.
You know, that's funny. No, it's just weird because we're so crowded here, and then you like places in the Midwest or just Middle America where they don't have the same population. Or like when we go to your brothers in Texas, like you don't see very many people because there's not a lot of people.
And everybody's so nice.
But everyone's so wonderful.
Everybody's like
California.
really nice to you.
But it's just different. Like here, it doesn't matter where you go. There's always tons of people, pretty much. I mean, maybe not right now, but I even right now there is. So like, if you go to the grocery store parking lot, it's jam packed.
Oh,
Or you go near
I
Walmart,
do
it's
not want to
jam-packed.
go to a grocery store.
That's where everyone's getting sick. Toilet paper line.
It's out of control.
It took who was I talking to? Oh, someone went to. We like to buy snacks for our employees and stuff, but they went to Smart and Final, and they said it would be an hour for you to get in because they're only allowing a certain amount of people into the store at a certain time. So the line outside the store was huge, and they said, yeah, it's about an estimated hour wait just so you could shop.
Yeah, I had a friend.
It was like Disneyland at Smart and Final. You could wait an hour to go shopping.
I had a friend that went to Walmart.
Can I get a fast pass for that, please?
Yes.
No,
Do I pay extra for that or what?
I had a friend that went to Walmart and she said they were only letting 15 people in at a time. So they let 15 people in, and then one person would count, one would go in, one would come out, one would go in, and they weren't letting more people in.
Yeah. Flights to Wyoming are $20 right now.
Well, I know.
Wow.
I know.
But
Carrie keeps telling us to come out.
It's an extra $40 to rent the horse once you get off the flight.
That they're shutting all bars.
Rent a mule.
Like you can't.
Yes.
They're mandatorily closing them, which is
No bars.
crazy, right?
They've closed every restaurant. You cannot dine in at a restaurant. You can only go takeout or drive through. And this is where I gave an idea to somebody else who was like somebody's husband was not able. They do office furniture and stuff like that, but because no one's going to work in the offices, their business is shut down. And then they're like, well, he drives for Uber on the side, but nobody's going anywhere, so that's shut down. So I was like, go straight to Uber Eats then. Go to Uber Eats because that's blowing up right now. Grubhub, Uber Eats, those drivers are gonna be the ones who employ, because people who couldn't get the groceries, they're like, let's just order on Uber Eats.
I have something that I want to ask, only because I have a text message going on here, and with the state of California, I'd have to say the state of California because I don't know how to work in Florida or how it would work in Wyoming. With companies that are closing down, that are not paying you, right? They're not paying you. They're saying you can either use your vacation pay or you can go unpaid. When you file, what does that mean? How can you file for unemployment? Like when you file unemployment, doesn't that mean that you are not? Let me see.
It doesn't mean you are not.
I have something right here.
It doesn't mean you are not employed. It doesn't mean that you're not employed. If you work for a company and your average hours, let's say.
Wait a minute. I'm going to tell these people to watch.
Okay.
Give me a second. My phone.
And this is different for every state because I believe the EDD, or unemployment as we call it here, which is the Employment Development Department, I believe is what the technical name is. It's different in every state what they offer, I believe. You guys in other states can chime in about what they offer.
Job, we're on mandatory overtime.
Yeah, so you don't gotta worry.
So it's crazy. Everybody's like, "Oh, you work for Disney. You're getting to be paid and not work." And I'm like, "No, actually,
that's not how it works."
But they walked me out because I have bronchitis. So.
Yeah. So
give them a minute. Just give them 5 minutes.
Oh,
Go ahead.
okay. I gotta give them 5.
I'm trying to give.
Why
We have some questions.
Well, let me ask about Wyoming.
Yeah,
real
let's
quick.
ask about Wyoming.
So for people who maybe they're still employed but are not working, do they have a program like we do here where they pay unemployment or?
Correct. Same thing. Same government stimulus package. I shouldn't say government stimulus, but same process. All you're going to do is say that if you're a full-time employee and your hours were cut, you're going to say, look, I'm filing to get my hours, and they're going to. I'm sure, and then the problem is it's going to get so backed up that it's going to be hard to say no. I'm sure. Or yes, I mean it's going to be a little bit of a crazy time there. We do see that there's a possible stimulus coming to the whole United States for every working adult and possibly children that you have in your home too. So that could help.
Yeah, and that's something that I hope will come through for it's gonna be nice for all of us, but it'll be definitely nice for people who are living paycheck to paycheck that are going to need this because they're not having it. They don't have an income right now. And I know a lot of like in California and especially in LA, there is you cannot evict somebody in LA right now. You cannot, even a small business, you can't, but eventually you're going to have to pay that rent. Like, they're saying they can't evict you, but that landlord, you still owe that person rent. Or, the phone companies are saying they're not going to disconnect your phone if you miss your payment or so on, or they're not going to charge you late fees and all that stuff, but you still are going to have that bill that will eventually have to be paid. They're not just saying, oh no, you don't have to worry about paying rent this month or a couple months. They just can't evict you, but you're still going to owe them that money, So it'll be nice to see if they do have a stimulus for people, and that'll help them through these times.
Okay, so the question I'm going to ask, this is going to be California related. If the company closes down and you're not able to work and it's going to be unpaid and they give you the option to use your vacation time, can you use vacation time and unemployment? It's just one or the other, right?
You can't use both at the same time.
So it's either you use your vacation or you file for unemployment.
Yes.
Okay. So if the company is going to close down and you're not being offered to be paid, you don't have sick pay, you don't have vacation pay, can you file for unemployment?
If you don't have vacation pay and you don't have sick pay, and you're still, because a lot of people are being furloughed, so they're still working for the company.
That's the question, because
but they're not unemployed. You can still file for unemployment. So even people don't realize this too is, let's say you normally get an average of 40 hours a week, and now you're getting an average of 25 hours a week, and you're getting paid for 25 hours. You can actually file for unemployment for the difference, to make up the difference within a certain amount. So some people like that works for some part-time workers and stuff where maybe their average was 20 hours a week and now they're only getting 10 hours a week. You're actually allowed to file for that 10 hours for a certain amount of time. Unemployment's only good for a certain amount of time.
So it doesn't mean that you're laid off. So what is it that
you're not laid off.
So what would you say when you sign when you go and fill it out, when they ask?
You say exactly what the situation is.
Okay.
Because they know every situation on the books. So you just say exactly what happened.
It's a work furlough.
My hours have been cut because of coronavirus, and my company has cut the hours right now.
Putting us on a work furlough.
Yeah, I'm a full-time employee at this company, and I work 40 hours a week, and they'll usually ask you for history, and they contact the companies and stuff for proof and stuff like that. But then you say they're no longer giving me hours from this date till this date, and then you apply. Now the problem too is with unemployment is it usually takes about a month for it to get approved, and then they'll cut you a check for all those weeks that you were paid.
Immediate. Mm-hmm.
But at least you'll get that check eventually.
And the only reason why I ask is because there's a lot of people out there that are going to experience the situation where the companies are closing down. They don't have sick time, or maybe they're sick. They're not able to use their sick time, and they're offering them to use their vacation time or unpaid time.
Now, unemployment might require you to use your vacation time before they pay it out.
Oh, really?
It's very possible. I'm just not 100% on that, so I won't go on record saying that.
Yeah.
But they might ask you, I'm not sure. It's been a long time since I've seen the questionnaires that they might ask you, do you have vacation time? Do you have sick time that could be used? They ask a variety of questions. So I just don't have that answer. But once you're all exhausted and you cannot earn any more income, you will. Now remember, it's a certain percent of your pay. It's like 60% of your pay.
Yeah, it's not all your
and if you make a lot of money, it's even less than that because there's a cap on how much unemployment is per week.
Yeah, and I ask because there's a lot of people that just don't know what they're going to do for that paycheck. I mean, a lot of Disney, they're paying their employees what their average hours would have been, but there's a lot of companies that are not offering to pay you. They're closing and they're not going to pay you.
Well, and what I can say is there are actually job opportunities out there right now. The grocery industry is hiring like crazy here in California. Costco is hiring. Walmart and Targets are probably still hiring, but I know for sure grocery and Costco are actually hiring. The grocery business is saying we need employees right now. Now it might be a temporary situation, but they're slammed. They need people to stock overnight. They need people to run the registers because they are super busy, and they're going to continue to be super busy. So there are where you lose your job in one place, you might be able to get some sort of supplemental income in another place. So you just have to be willing to put yourself out there, look for work, look what's out there, stay in the know. Don't isolate yourself from people, but don't isolate yourself from information.
There you go.
So there are opportunities out there to work for people who really want to work. I'm not saying it's going to work out for everybody.
How about want or need?
Need. Either way.
But
there's options. That's all I'm saying. And there's other programs too out there. There's food banks out there. There's different programs that are out there to help people. But you have to be willing to do your research and to look for it. You can't just expect it to come knocking on your door.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So
no road is for you.
Yeah, and I don't know if that's the same everywhere, but I know here in California, there's definitely places that work. Now, might not be the same wage that you were used to, especially if you're a higher paid individual, but a lot of, I think, higher paid individuals are still, employed, and then the work that's like the part-time work and stuff, those are the ones that are going to suffer the most right now, I believe, because for a lot of companies, they're going to try to keep their full-time employees going, and then their part-time will be the first one to lose the hours. Now, some companies that don't have part-time, it's just going to be what it is, I guess. I can't speak for every company, but
so we definitely don't want to hold you guys hostage. If you guys need to leave, just tell us, hey, we're out. Peace. If you guys have anything you want to talk about, just jump in, because Josh can talk a lot.
Well, I'm pretty sure you've been doing all the talking today.
No. So
yeah.
if you guys want to add your thoughts, your feelings, we don't do a lot of church on this channel or any church on this channel, but Mike on his Facebook channel put out a good scripture regarding this topic. And there's some things that I had kind of noticed, if you have something that you want to add or say, let us know.
So here's my question real quick before that is, another place that is selling out of a lot of stuff are gun stores.
I told Josh I want to buy 2 guns. I almost went like this.
I am not currently a gun owner, but I believe in April I will be a gun owner.
I want one with I don't want to put the bullets in because I think I'll be too shaky, and then I won't put them in. So I just want to put the clip in.
We know nothing about guns. Obviously, you can tell by what Becky just said. We know nothing about guns. I'm taking the bullets. This is not like the movies, and you're loading the clip as robbers are
magazine.
Magazine. Put a magazine in there.
Magazine.
No.
Yeah. I am going to just get a crossbow, and I am going to be like the guy from Walking Dead and hit everybody square in the head, first shot every time.
Then I'll be like Negan with the bat. No, we would take classes. We would take classes.
On how to use a bat?
No, I know how to use a bat. I played softball for over 10 years. I was an avid softball player. Let me clarify.
I know how to use a bat.
I know. Please. No, I played softball.
Josh, I knew you walked funny the first time I met you. You were walking funny, so I get it now.
No, I played softball for over 10 years. So
I misspoke, and I got wow.
Yeah, I was a cheerleader, so I got no. I'm the bait. I'm the bait.
No, you'll do backflips over them.
That was a long time
Becky
ago.
will trip me on purpose.
I could still do a cartwheel, Callie. I've tried it, and I could still do one. It
That's
hurt.
amazing.
I was sore the whole side of my body, but I could do
I
it,
feel
and I
like
was
my arms
straight.
would be like, yeah, no.
Well, because my
A little more weight than we remember.
my granddaughter's in gymnastics, and I go, oh, let's see if grandma can still do it. So I run and do my cartwheel. I did it, but I was like, oh man, that really hurt.
That's awesome.
Yeah, the staple gun. Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, Juan, I'm trying. I'm trying to get Tony here. He's with his family, but I'm trying.
No, that's
Oh,
okay.
bring
We're
it.
almost done. Don't worry. Tell him next time.
We'll do April. We could do April with Time Out Michael and Tony.
Yeah.
And Fernie's gonna come on. We just have to. We lagged it this.
Yeah, combo and cocktails has just been kind of on a.
You might get a last minute combo and cocktail. We're planning on
just-
asking you, but we've been sick.
I got to get one for March, but I think the flu that we had going through our house really took us out for about a week and a half, and it's just.
Me too.
I haven't touched an editing program, and I haven't touched a lot of things that to keep the channels going and stuff, because it's just when I go out sick, I'm done. Like, and then with all this stuff right now going on with my work, it's like there's a lot of decisions that have to be made. There's a lot of people that have to be called, and I mean, just during this live stream, I'm getting text messages like crazy on. This is a very fluid situation. This COVID-19.
And the crazy.
So a lot of decisions are being made all day long into the evening. And when I wake up tomorrow, my phone will have all sorts of stuff on it with new directions and how we're going to take the company and different things. And then that has to be communicated to a lot of people. So life has been very busy. Let's just say that.
That's one of the things that I was telling somebody is that we just have to be fluid. Go ahead.
Michael.
Oh, Tony's on his way.
No way. I really hope that's a small town, because I don't want him to drive all the way down there for
15 minutes anywhere in town. You can get to a central spot. So he'll probably be here 10 minutes.
So
That's
one of the
crazy.
things that I was telling people is that we have to be fluid. We have to be like water that's able to move, because we're hearing information, then we get solid on it, but we really can't be that way with this virus that's going around, because from one day to the next, it could change. Things are happening so rapidly. Like last week, we wouldn't have thought we had the numbers that we would have today.
Yeah.
Well,
I assume we.
I assume
would,
because we've been watching
but,
a lot of Joe Rogan and a lot of different,
Something I've seen that I've really actually been trying to watch from you guys, and this is not to put any stigmatism or anything on California, but where you guys have millions upon millions of people within your area, one thing that has run through our mind in Wyoming with this, as Becky talks about guns, when the stores become empty, and I'm not saying that they're going to stay empty, but in the chance that they do go empty, and then what if people start coming into your home?
That's somebody I know was afraid of that.
What do you do about that? And I think there's the panic button everybody needs to stop and hold on to. It's not what's going to happen. I hope that's not what's going to happen. I sure don't. But the stores are going to be restocked, and if we are smart about it, Becky, you talked about a Bible verse that I put on there where God had asked us just to buy what you need for today, and you'll get it tomorrow. Trust in me. Don't go hoard all this stuff, because then those people that did, it went rotten. Look, it's going to be restocked. Be smart about it. Be proactive about it, and don't go nuts about this thing, because it's only going to create more problems. And that's, you see the fighting, you see the arguing, you see some of those things, and I wish it wouldn't happen that way.
No, it's really a sad situation to see that, because the stores are going to be restocked. They're restocked daily. Normally the stores and grocery stores, Target, Walmart's, they're being restocked daily anyways, whether there's a coronavirus or not. Before the coronavirus, every day they're getting a truck in, and it's with the auto replenishment system. The only thing that people need to understand is that because they've went out and bought everything, they've thrown off that auto replenishment system.
Absolutely.
That's
I
the
mean,
only thing.
that's
You sell 3, you get 3 in. It flags the warehouse.
Yeah.
They bring it in. So by everybody being crazy, it's thrown off that auto replenishment system. So only thing you have to wait for is for that auto replenishment system to go, oh crap, they bought 10,000, but you know what's going to happen? Now all of that just got bought is going to go to those stores. So the stores are going to be replenished. They're
so
not.
being in
Go ahead,
yeah,
Mike.
so being in retail, what I do is exactly that. It's a system where they see what do we have in warehouse number 1, which is in warehouse number 2, which is made by the manufacturer that puts it into these warehouses. And when that goes out of stock, then it gets automatically reordered on most products. Now,
Yes.
here's the other thing that retailers are having a very difficult time judging on things, which is, again, please be responsible when you're buying these things. If you buy a whole aisle of toilet paper, so now they have to go and decide as a company, because now they're taking those, they're called RPIs. They're taking those RPAs off, and they're now ordering, someone's taking a handheld device and ordering this manually now.
Yes.
Saying, okay, I need 1,000 cases is going to replenish my shelf. 1,000 cases can go in the back. We're going to lose that in a couple days. But here's the other thing that, again, I'm in the retail businesses. This is what I hear. What happens if we order 5,000 cases of toilet paper and then everything stops and we replenish? Now we have 4,000 cases of toilet paper in the back room.
Sitting there. Exactly.
But now we don't have enough room for cereal. Now we don't have enough room for everything else. So again, we have to be responsible as
Consumer.
as everybody, just going in there and getting, what you need. Do the same things that you're doing. And, again, I have to go back to Italy. There is a lockdown in Italy. They are locked, but you can still go out and get the stuff that you need. It's not as fast moving. It's not as big. There's not as many people, but you can still go out there and get it. It's not like it's not like you are locked down in your house and you're not, what is it, Handmaid's Tale? You're not coming out. I mean,
yeah, exactly.
It's not going to be that bad. So we just need to be responsible as consumers, buying our stuff, doing those things, because amen to those people that are in retail. Oh my Lord. Amen to everybody. I see that too. Retail, nurses, doctors. Amen to everybody, because this is affecting everybody. It doesn't.
Yeah.
It's not just retail people. They're getting hit the hardest. Like right now, I'm thinking about quitting my job. No, I'm just kidding. I'm gonna go into the cleaning service business because they're doing great. It's awesome. Oh, Tony's calling. He must be locked out. Hold on. Go ahead.
No, just kidding. Yeah, so that's one of the things that I was thinking about is that, with that inventory system with the auto replenishment, it's throwing that off. Like, they're going to have to balance that, because they can't just fill everything that just got sold. That's madness.
Yeah, and then when it comes to like some things are non-perishable, but like when it comes to the perishable stuff, like the meats and the stuff that's going to go bad, they have to be careful about how much they order, because if they order that, it just goes bad. It's just in the trash. It's done. Where at least like some of the other stuff, soaps and toilet paper, it won't go bad. But eventually they'll sell it. But like Michael says, it takes up space. There's only so much room in these warehouses that they can store this stuff. But like when people are like, oh, all the meats are gone, it's like, well, they have to be very cautious when it comes to meats and stuff like that, because they can't just let it sit there for a week before it even comes out to the shelves,
Mm-hmm.
So
go to Arby's. They have the meats.
Yeah, go to Arby's.
They have the meats.
They have the meat. Sometimes it smells funny, but they have the meat.
Oh, I did.
Yeah.
So what happened to Tony? Did he come?
Say something about the restocking, the replenishment, and then again,
our bullets, our ammunition, is that flying off the shelves in you guys' neck of the woods? Do you see that?
Yes.
Well,
what happened was, it wasn't necessarily at the beginning, but people are seeing somebody buy a lot of ammunition, and then they're like, oh, well, I'm going to need to get a lot of ammunition. It's kind of like the toilet paper. Someone saw somebody buy 10 cases of toilet paper and said, oh, I need to buy 10 cases of toilet paper. And then all of a sudden it's this trickle down effect of now everybody needs toilet paper. which they don't really need. But the same thing's going with ammunition. Is the worry becomes, are they going to run out of ammunition? So then I won't have any to buy. So I'm just going to buy a bunch now. And then everybody's doing that. And so I don't know when that stops, but it's even guns in general. People are buying guns, but ammunition, I think, is for all the gun owners that are already out there. It's been, what I'm hearing is that it's about, I'm worried that they're going to run out of ammunition, so I'm going to buy more. But they don't realize that's part of the problem, is the buying more, because as everyone's doing it, then all of a sudden, then you do run out, you know?
What teach you how to shoot a gun too, Becky, if you come here?
Yeah, well,
I've been to a shooting range.
I used to go shooting when I was younger, not probably taught properly, but I grew up in the Coachella Valley where it's all desert. And so we used to go shooting and dirt bike riding, and we sleep in the back of the pickup truck in the desert, you know. Do we finally got Tony in the house? Wait,
a T-bag?
What? We got Tony in
Hey,
the house. Finally.
It only took an hour and 35 minutes.
I thought you lived in a small town. Where do you come from? Like Idaho?
Yeah, so I grew up fishing and shooting and fishing in the canal.
I grew up playing Duck Hunt on Nintendo.
But I've been wanting to get.
You remember that?
That was funny, Josh.
So I've been actually wanting to get a gun for a while, but I wanted us to actually go and get licensed and go to the shooting range. And, because we are planning on getting an RV in a couple of years, maybe about 2 years, we're planning on getting an RV. So because we're planning on doing that,
and traveling safety, you're in the middle of nowhere, boondocking, you want to make sure you're safe and you're protected.
Yeah. So it's not because of the crazy coronavirus. So
it might just up it up a little bit.
It's because, we went and saw and I got the staple gun in my hand. No, I'm just kidding. Hey, so we got Tony on. Hi, Tony. So where's Kidult TV?
Kidult dropped off. His internet is pretty sketchy right now. He's having the apocalyptic whatever in Lancaster, but he'll probably jump back on. It seems like his internet's freezing.
So hi, Tony. Glad to finally have you on.
How many cows do I own?
Yeah.
This is because Michael's been talking about cows in the backyard.
I told him that if the meat supply ran out of the store, we just go to the backyard and get a cow.
Oh yeah. That would be my neighbor's backyard, though. I'm a little too city boy for this town still.
Oh, okay. Because I thought you jump on your horse and ride over to Michael's and then go get a cow.
Yeah.
With your crossbow.
Has everybody watched The Walking Dead? We're ready for that. We're good.
Yes. I'm
good.
man, I thought we were having a zombie apocalypse. Why do we have the coronavirus?
But I'm not worried about learning how to shoot a gun, because in The Walking Dead, the people who pick up a gun for the first time, man, they're hitting everybody in the head first shot. So I figured that's easy. I can do that too. I mean, that's reality, right?
He took out Rat Rod at the shooting gallery at Disneyland, and all of a sudden he thinks he's a professional. He's like, I got this. I am a professional.
Yeah, so we have a friend, his name, we call it Rat Rod. He actually goes bow hunting and stuff like that. And he challenged me to the shooting gallery at Disneyland. And I whooped his butt.
Yeah, that's so now Josh swears he's a professional and,
let's go get some elk. I can take care of business.
That's funny.
Oh, okay. So am I the only one worried about the deers with that virus when they're breeding the deers and now they're going to get that other virus that is going to be big? Does anybody else know about that virus?
She's watching.
I don't, Becky, tell us.
Hantavirus?
Huh?
Mad deer virus?
Deer AIDS?
There's a virus going around where hunters are like having deer, and now they're getting this virus, and it's close to.
They're having deer.
Yeah, like they're having deer on their land, and I don't know, but there's this new virus that's out there that's very scary.
I feel like I'd have to ask the Wyoming guys about that stuff.
Stop creating panic, Becky.
Yeah, we're gonna consult our little tomes of absolute Wyoming knowledge, otherwise known as Google.
You guys don't know about that?
No.
Is it? Well, what is it? I'll look it up. Then I'm gonna try.
Lyme disease.
No, like, the hunters are starting to have like a lot of deer on their land, and I don't know if they're breeding them or what they're doing, but whatever's going on is there's this new virus that is causing the deer to get sick. And
At deer disease?
it's like a huge issue right now. They're trying to prevent that virus from spreading because they're thinking that it's close to mutating to humans, and humans can get that virus, and that's going to be hard to stop. I've been
we've
watching
got
a lot
the
of virus
zombie
stuff
deer
lately.
virus, right?
I don't know. I need more toilet paper and water just hearing that.
Yeah, exactly. Did you hear about the one guy that bought all the hand sanitizer from everywhere, and now he's getting prosecuted, and he had to donate it all because he was upselling it?
Yes.
I heard about the people that made their own hand sanitizer.
Just my daughter Kennedy works at Target, and she was talking about how she was working the registers, and they're just crazy there, you know, trying to keep everything stocked and people buying all this stuff. And she said something got in her hands, and I was like, well, are there hand sanitizers at all the cash registers? And she said there were, but people are stealing them, the ones that are there for the employees to use.
Yep.
So she said now in her store, there's one at like guest service, and then there's one in the fitting room, you know, back where the employees go. And so those are the only two in the store that like the employees can use.
And
companies she said that a customer saw the big hand sanitizer in the back area of the fitting room and kept wanting to purchase it. And she's like, well, that's not for sale. You know, this is for us employees to use. It's already opened. We've already used it. And the customer offered her $40.
Are you crazy?
Used sanitizer.
When they could go down the aisle and get some soap.
Did you take it?
The other thing that is
But she said she did it. You know, she's a good girl. I would have been
the
like,
other thing that's weird about
you can have it. Make it 50.
Anyway.
The other thing that's weird about this isn't like a year ago or 2 years ago too. Again, they said hand sanitizer didn't do anything.
Yes.
It's actually not as effective as soap and water because of something in the particles of soap the virus would stick to. And so when you wash your hands, it actually the soap kind of takes it with it down the drain.
My son-in-law has been antibacterial forever. He's like, it's so bad for you.
Say that 3 times fast.
Like he doesn't like, he's like, wash your hands, he's about the hand wipes, you know, hand wipes or wash your hands. He doesn't like Chanel to use that. Okay, before you guys laugh at me, the deer virus. It's serious.
That's the zombie deer. Yeah,
zombie deer.
Serious. That's the wasting disease. Yeah.
At least Joe Rogan said so. I'm just kidding.
Chronic wasting
Joe Rogan.
Oh yeah, CWD. Got you.
He had the guy from the disease center on there, and like panicked me. I don't even hunt or have anything to do with deer, but this freaked me out.
It's like I'm pretty sure the local grocery store is not selling deer meat.
So what is your take on coronavirus?
Yeah.
What's your take on coronavirus, Tony?
What's my take on the coronavirus?
Yeah.
It's a virus.
And he's done.
I'm done.
Thank you. Take a bow.
See you later.
Peace.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Like we're not really like preppers or anything like that. You know, I mean, we have a lot of friends and family in the medical world, and you know, getting updates from them and just kind of watching the media explode over the entire thing. We just, you know, I wouldn't say we necessarily prepped for anything, you know. It was eye-opening though. I'll tell you that. It was eye-opening in the sense that, you know, if we had like, you know, if the bubonic plague or something was just kind of like floating around, right? Like I know how to kind of safeguard my family and protect my family from everyone else that lost their minds during this, right? So it was eye-opening to me in that perspective. But I mean, you know, I don't know. That's kind of where I'm at. We didn't go crazy over it. I mean, you know, we were safeguarding our kids, safeguarding us. You know, I washed my hands like 24 times within like 4 or 5 hours at work today, you know.
And I think that's what we've been kind of saying is that people are just going crazy. Like they just need to chill out for a minute.
And first,
practice what they're telling you to do. Wash your hands, stay away from people. I mean, the madness of hoarding and just being crazy, it's just not necessary.
And then the misinformation out there too. I think if you just go to the CDC website or just Google it. Go to a reputable website. Go to WHO. Go to a government website and just listen to what the doctors are actually saying, not what your friend is reposting from some made up thing on Instagram. You know, I actually had somebody at work that believed that if they drank more water, they would flush the virus down into their stomach acids and it would burn up and they would be safe.
Sure.
But that's something that was going around on social media. And it's like, I'm thinking like, nobody's going to believe that. But then I actually met somebody who actually believed it. So if they believe it, how many other people think that that's the case? Like, oh, I'm good as long as I drink lots of water and don't drink water with ice because it's got to be warm water. And, you know, it's like, that has nothing to do with anything.
Or how about the person with the gloves?
But they're just not listening. Or people are wearing gloves, but the virus can live on the gloves just like it can live on your hand. So for a certain amount of time. So it's like,
sorry, I'm laughing at Mickey's butt.
Yeah,
that's the new thing. No more Tide Pods. Just go straight to bleach.
So I was actually talking to a medical professional the other day, and she told me, I don't remember what the measurement was, and I'm not saying this so people can try it. Whoever's listening, crazy people. But she said that it is possible to drink 110 bleach, and there's like a cup's worth, and it won't kill you. It won't actually harm you. And I was like, you've got to be out of your mind. She goes, no, it'll actually do nothing to you. If you exceed that, though, then you're in the territory of bad news bears.
But why would you want to?
I don't know.
That's how you slowly kill your husbands.
Whoa, that took a weird turn.
why was that the first thought that went into her mind? That's what
I was thinking, like on the movies when they feed them like little things of bleach, and they're like, I've been getting sick for months.
Josh is getting sick already.
My cup. Okay, I might be
disease.
No, but like, why would you want to drink bleach? Like, that's crazy.
To flush the virus out, to flush it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, to flush it out.
It's like eating
It's in your mouth. It's already been ingested into your system. You know.
Yeah. I'm gonna just go to bed, Josh. Just go to bed. Have another drink, honey. Have another drink. It's okay.
He's putting a funnel in his mouth. He's doing on
I just used the bleach to clean the cup, honey. That's all.
So if all of a sudden I'm not in videos anymore, please call 911.
Come on, he should have never told me how much life insurance I had on them. He should have never told me.
This went really bizarre.
It always goes bizarre. Sorry, guys.
Trying to take the life out of midlife.
Dark sense of humor. You're gonna get demonetized again because of me.
But,
oh well.
Oh well.
Too bad.
Oh well.
Sorry, I'm just at a loss for words now because I've had death threats now on my life.
Oh, well.
Oh, you have not.
Oh well, bleach, COVID-19, whatever. You're fine.
COVID-19, who cares?
He passed away from COVID-19, not drinking lots of bleach. What? Oh,
a mixture of COVID-19 and bleach killed Josh.
So I'm just reading your comments. Are you serious? They really are making TikTok videos of kids licking toilets?
Yeah.
Yes. There was a girl. We were watching.
Disgusting.
We were watching.
They got coronavirus.
Actually,
what's the thing?
The toilet might be cleaner than our phone. I don't know.
Who were we watching? Philip DeFranco. And this girl is calling it the coronavirus challenge, and she licked the toilet seat.
That's like the nasty white girl whatever challenge. You.
Yeah, that's just gross.
She licked the toilet seat, and it's.
I don't care if she poured bleach on that toilet seat. That's just gross.
She got 1 million views, and she's already raking in the money. She's getting a movie made next year.
Oh, she's dead though.
Right?
If you want a lot of views, you know what you got to do, Michael. You got to go lick that toilet seat.
Excuse me.
That's so disgusting.
That's all we gotta do.
Did you see that?
No, but the worst part is that's what people want to see. To me, that's the worst part. Like, there's a reason she's licking that toilet seat is because it's getting the views, because people want to see that. What kind of society are we in where that's what gets you?
My
the
cousin
views?
Posted something, and she said,
Morbid curiosity.
She said, all y'all cochinas, which means dirty girls, all y'all cochinas were out there licking ice cream tubs, and now look what's happened. Remember when they were thinking the ice cream tubs? No, like they're all licking it, giving everybody coronavirus and licking it. I was like, oh, this is too much for me.
But
that's messed up.
We ate the bad jelly beans, so we're good.
Yeah, we're
Oh,
good.
those are
As far as
nasty,
we
right?
go.
Oh, those are so
And
bad.
then the flavor of those Jelly Bellies, they sit inside of you for a while. It's like hard to get it out. Maybe it's a mental thing, but I felt like after we did like the bad jelly beans, like the flavors were kind of just in my throat for a while.
Have
Like,
you
I was
ever
like,
did those, Mickey,
gross.
Kelly, or Fernie? Oh, Kitty
Oh,
done.
like Birdie
What
Bounce
are
fruit flavor
those?
beans.
The nasty
Uh,
flavored ones?
Yeah,
Those are
What
the
are
hot
those
ones.
ones?
I have some right
These
now.
taste like ass.
Do
Ew.
they? Are they like next level? Are they like the worst ones on the market?
Are those really like hot and spicy
No, these-
jelly beans?
Fernie, come over so we
I
could
think
eat.
they're spicy ones.
They're spicy. Oh,
Yeah, they're spicy, supposedly.
Well,
I saw
I've
those-
had those like it's like mystery flavors. Like it could be vomit or grass.
Okay,
or
I ate. The
snot
egg was
or-
nasty. So I thought, how
I've had
bad
these
could a
in
dirty
here.
sock be? Like they can't replicate that. Like
Well,
how bad
Well, would you eat my dirty sock?
can a dirty
Whose dirty sock? Where's the sock coming from?
Yeah.
Is it Josh's
no?
sock?
Okay, this is gonna be.
Yeah.
I can't say it because then it's bad. I was gonna say like a real estate agent that doesn't sell any house that wears a fake suit and like wears nylon
So
socks.
random.
That wears nylon socks with dress shoes and is like at the bar.
Living out of their
And,
car?
yeah, it was the worst
So
thing in my life. It
So,
was the worst.
who knew
thing.
that we'd have a backstory for the dirty sock jelly beans? There's
Oh my
actually a
God.
backstory
Oh,
there.
man.
There is a backstory. I can't say it. No,
Oh my
dirty
God.
socks were the nastiest flavor alongside of rotten eggs.
Yeah, rotten eggs were pretty
Oh, the
bad.
rotten egg one's really
rotten
bad.
eggs was bad.
I didn't
Oh, that's
like
nasty. I'll throw
sausage.
up.
Which one did you not like?
And it's crazy. Like how do they make that little jelly bean taste like I remember I had a vomit one and it had like the acid. like
Oh,
if
you don't
you'd
wanna
actually
know.
thrown up, like,
You
the
do not want to
acid
know how they make that.
through it. Yeah.
Well, the
that's
funny
crazy.
thing was, Mike
Like
kept
somebody in
getting
the
the
back of the factory just vomiting.
Mike
Ah,
kept
that
getting
one's
the
for
good
beans.
jelly bean, while Tony kept getting the nasty jelly bean.
yeah.
Tony
I
get
got,
the
like-
nasty one, and then Michael, ooh, peach or whatever it was. Like he get it.
Like the
Mouth, he got
vomit
like
one was
mouthwash
just
10
like
times in a row, and poor
the,
Tony kept getting
Yeah.
the nasty
I got
one.
like soap, like
What
or
is
like
that?
dishwater or
Which
something.
one is it?
Yeah.
Eat it.
Go ahead.
What is that, Ferdy?
It's a yellow jelly bean. Eat it.
He didn't eat it. It's in his hand still. He's faking us. Is that one of those kicking ass jelly beans? Oh, it's supposed
It's
to be
like
the spicy.
habanero pepper.
Oh,
I wouldn't know.
How is everybody? I was like, I'm good with spicy food, but Tony obviously looked like he's not. Michael,
I don't. I'm not going to do that. No, I like spicy food, but not a jelly bean.
You know what?
so
I
when you're
actually
down
had
and we
these
have
in my room.
challenge
Oh, wow.
review, you don't want to participate in that?
Oh,
I will do it. I'm down.
the package, the ramen package.
Oh, the 2 times hot
Oh, yeah.
spicy ramen package.
Okay,
Oh, I love
Jessica,
that. That's delicious.
Jessica's bugging.
Oh, our daughter sent us a meme. Says when all Disney parks are closed to prevent the spread of coronavirus. This one's been going around. Mickey's on vacation now.
Oh,
That's funny.
Those are some.
I miss
big
you, Mickey.
numbers right there. So it looks like Fernie, you okay, Fernie, with those spicy beans?
Yeah, no problem.
He's
That's
sweating.
fine.
You can see it. He's sweating. It's hot. It's rough.
No problem, Josh. No problem. Ah.
Hey, you know what's funny though? I
Coronavirus.
actually had these in my room since December, and some sneaky little person came here and opened them. My mom came and opened them to get some candy, and she
Oh.
got a big old handful because there's a bunch of them missing. She got a big handful and spiced herself up.
Oh, was she
Yeah,
mad?
those jelly beans in your room are horrible.
No, here.
Oh, so we share a studio with other people, and
Oh, nice.
they have a funny thing. We had our little bean challenge, and we left them, and they're like,
Oh.
"Oh, sweet, some beans," and he grabbed them, just put a whole handful, mixture of vomit, soap, sausage, dirt, cherry.
Especially like if you
Oh,
don't
man.
know that's what you're
They got a
eating.
handful of gutter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You don't even know that you have a
Oh,
chance
no.
of eating vomit. But if you have no idea, you're just like, oh, jelly beans. Oh,
And
then
they're
like,
they're
"Oh."
disgusting.
You know what? And I would have done that too. I would have like, oh, candy. Oh,
The whole handful.
Yeah, that's kind of what he did.
If you ever go over to Kiddo's house and he has like a tray of jelly beans,
Just mix
we
them
know
in there.
not to mess with them.
Oh, I thought we were gonna pour some in there.
No,
like
he
some
probably
bad
already
ones.
did, and like he's just gonna trick us with his
Oh, my
little
goodness.
secret
Josh.
spy cameras he has now.
have some. Have some.
Yeah, no, out of control.
Have some.
Okay, Cargo's gonna start a vomit train if this keeps up.
I know.
Oh my goodness.
Disgusting.
Okay, so wow, that's crazy.
That
We've
was
been on
good.
here for almost 2 hours. Okay, we're gonna go to the 2-hour mark.
Oh,
That's
man.
it. We're
So
going to
what
the 2-hour mark.
does anybody
2
have any?
hours. Woo!
Well, first, before we continue, I'm gonna throw up a few things here. I'm
Oh,
gonna
throw
see
up all of their channels.
see if I could do this real quick here. Do a
What I
little
do?
mini promotion
Hey, that looks nice.
going on right now. So
Promotion.
you guys can always check
Promotion.
out Time Out with Michael and Tony on their Facebook channel. They have a podcast, Time Out with Michael and Tony. You can find it on all platforms, iTunes and Google Podcast, Wooska, and what's the other one that does everybody? Spotify. And
What was that last one? Wuska?
Wooska. And
Wooska.
then also
Promote
Kiddo
that.
TV, who's
Out of
joined
Wooska.
us tonight. They have a YouTube
Hey, that's
channel.
me.
Pretty much all Disney there with Kiddo, Fernie, and D. And
Yes, the
Yeah.
parents of Juan Rodriguez.
if you want 300 ride-throughs
Every
of Ride
episode.
for Existence, just go to Kiddo TV. He has it all right there.
Just pick one.
Yeah. And then you can also catch the Mickey Bunch on YouTube and
Yeah,
Instagram.
the Mickey Bun.
And she has a lot of cool different videos on YouTube right there, so you can check out the Mickey Bunch. They have Disney Dollar Tree Craft Swap and all sorts of other stuff on her channel there.
So much content to watch.
Yeah, so that's all I got. Let's see. But you guys have anything other you want to plug away while
Plug
we're
away.
on here?
Plug.
I'd like to plug hand
please.
soap.
Hand soap,
Hand
please.
soap.
Yeah.
I'd like to plug hand soap.
Right?
Time Out with Michael and Tony. We have a podcast. We have a live thing every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. You can find us on YouTube, Facebook, Spotify, Google Podcasts, all those things Josh said. We also have Spreadshirt that you can go check us out and put your beards on us. You can have a pillow.
Put
you
our
can
beards
have
on. You.
yeah. Yeah.
They're not putting their beards on us.
I caught that, but I wasn't gonna call them out.
Yeah.
It's a long night, okay?
It's all right.
But it is. I got a
We
little
just-
That's the beard I want.
We appreciate everybody that listens. We appreciate everybody that watches. It's just we have a lot of fun with it, and we'll be on tomorrow night.
Yeah, right. You guys are normally on Wednesday nights. What's the topic for tomorrow?
Well, we kind of we're talking about it right now. We're gonna do a coronavirus thing, but then, I don't know. It's just in everybody. Like we might go something fun and silly because everybody needs that in their life. So we might do that. We were trying to stick on the month of fitness, but and we still might do that. It's a surprise.
It's a surprise.
You just gotta subscribe and listen.
It's
And
just
they're
a
family friendly. Everybody can watch their channel. Their topics range to toilet paper to fitness.
Over and under.
to-
Over and under, we did. What else did we do? We did the weirdest things on Amazon.
Yeah.
That one I like.
We did
I like that one.
everything. Yeah, we do a bunch of different things. We try to stay family friendly as much as we can. It's easier that way.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Kiddo.
You want to plug away, kiddo?
Well,
What you got going on?
I want to plug away, of course, my YouTube channel, Kid.TV. We're also on Instagram. We have a Facebook. But also, I did want to plug, I have another channel that I'm starting, another tech-related channel where I'm actually reviewing headphones and different kinds of tech products. It's called The Review Block. If you guys can check it out and subscribe, that'd be great. Let's check it out. I think you guys might like it.
The Review Block.
The Review Block.
Very good. We're gonna
Nice.
have to look at that. And Callie, it's your turn. What do you want to plug away?
You know, I'm going to look at this time that we're not able to go to the parks to maybe work on some of those videos I haven't edited yet. So I know I have some room tours, some, Disney World eating with Taylor. And so I'm going to try and catch up a little bit, I think. So got some good stuff. Got some good stuff coming out. And we do our Spilling the Disney Tea every Friday night where we get together, YouTube friends, and we spill the Disney tea. And so that's Friday nights, 8:00. And you can check out whose channel to be on. It kind of rotates. I think it's on Taylor's channel this Friday. So that's always a good time. So Becky, open invitation to join anytime.
Okay.
Nice.
So that Disney tea, Becky.
I'm gonna spill it. I am going to spill it. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, you do your three drink Becky, remember?
Yeah.
Be Disney tea, water, and coffee.
I had gotten away from that. I don't know where that came back.
Yeah, but
it's funny. I like it.
It's nice to have everybody on, and hopefully you guys, that are watching and listening, just go follow our friends here. It's good to support friends and their channels and stuff. We, also support us too. It's okay. But, like we said, we have Spreadshirt, Facebook. We're trying to build that Facebook number up and the Instagram number. So
it's supposed to be my job. I'm not doing very well at it.
She's doing better. You're doing better at it. You're doing better at it for sure. Trying to get the Instagram number over 1,000 and Facebook. I don't even know where we're at. We got to figure out where that's
Becky,
at.
tell them you have to work from home because of coronavirus.
I could just be a stay-at-home, like on the Facebook, on the Instagram.
Come on, influence. We need more pictures of. I don't know how.
I got like 3 jobs. If you guys don't know, I work full time. I'm a full time cook. I'm a full time housekeeper. I'm a full time personal shopper.
And I'm
a vlogger.
I'm a part time.
Got a lot going on.
I'm a part time. Cleaner?
Spouse pet peeves, is that what we should do?
What happened?
We spousal pet peeves tomorrow.
Yes.
Oh my
Do
gosh.
it.
Wow.
The last time
sleeping on the couches or what? Because
topic has been created.
No, I really enjoy one of the things that I have to get better at is he's given me like full reign to do whatever I want on Instagram, Facebook. He says I can even
YouTube.
You live stream on YouTube, but I'm so like this is his thing. It's his baby, and I'm always worried that I'm gonna post something that's not like Midlife Vibes norm, and I'm still like I don't walk on eggshells, but I'm just not 100% comfortable to just post away or live stream away. And he's given me full reign to do it, but I'm like, I don't know.
Josh, it's okay. I'll just delete it later.
Yeah, she do whatever she wants on the channel. It's our channel, so but who knows. But with that, I think that's it for tonight, you guys. I want to thank everybody for joining and jumping on. Thank you, Tony, for coming in, and Michael and Kelly and Kiddo.
Hey, thank you so much, Midlife Vibes, for having us on. We sure appreciate that you even think of us to bring us on. So that's totally awesome. Thank you so much.
You guys have such good insight on so many things.
No, we love all of you guys, and I was really missing Callie.
I
haven't talked to you forever.
I know.
Yeah,
I was so happy when I get you like for a swap or something. I'm like, a little connection.
Well, you're like my personal swap person. We do like these ear swaps and stuff, but Kelly gets me frequently. I'm like, yes. I love Kelly. She's super cool.
I flexed that Tumblr thing you made me so much at work. Everybody's like, oh my gosh, where'd you get that? So I'm always telling them.
The crazy thing is we did that swap, and I had to pick the hardest craft that I've never done before.
Yeah.
But hopefully I'll get better.
All right, you guys. So I just want to thank everyone for joining us tonight. What a good conversation. I think we had a lot of different point of views from a lot of different, which is awesome.
Thank you, Tony, for caving into peer pressure with Michael reeling you in there.
Yeah.
You're good.
So we'll probably be seeing everybody next Tuesday night for our live stream. I don't know if we're going to have any videos post before that, but
Are you
we
doing
will
the
see.
combos and cocktails this month at all? What's going on with that, dude?
Yeah, we're going to work on that. So, and because we're still working on the Night for Combo and Cocktails podcast also.
Yeah.
But
Good.
thank you very much for.
Thank you,
I
guys.
appreciate it for the last minute invitation. Thank you, all the guys in the chat and everybody watching on
And
the
gals.
live stream. Totally appreciate you
Guys and gals.
If you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe or follow all these beautiful people, and we will catch you next time. Bye, guys.